as a player for 15 odd years now. It's been a bit of a long drawn out process since the end of last season, but make it official and tell everyone here and thank everyone here for the time that I've had at South Adelaide Football Club as a player. Unfortunately that comes to an end and won't be able to play through the 2024 season and beyond. But just wanted to come here, so I'm living in Melbourne and so it's been a drawn out process. So I wanted to come in person and say thank you to the people that have made my football journey possible. And that is really the South Adelaide Football Club. My background is my dad and my uncle played here in the 70s and 80s. Dad played 280 games. And when we moved here, when South Adelaide moved here, they weren't playing anymore, but I remember being a 4 or 5 year old boy and rocking up and planting some of the trees that line the fence line now and coming to the first game here and a bunch of games here since then. As a kid, I never played footy, I played basketball. And Dad and Mum always encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to. And when I was 18 or 19 years old, I decided that I wanted to give footy a crack. So in that time, Shane Butler, who's a former player as well, Alex Burrows, were on my back for a while to get me to the club. Eventually came down and never really looked back. I love South Adelaide. I love footy and I love being competitive. And that meant that from the age of 18 and 19, I was lucky enough to go on blue and white. And my dream as a kid, from a football point of view, was to always try and get the ultimate success for South Adelaide. Something that Dad never got as a kid going to school. Always got sort of picked on a little bit because I lived in Sturt Zone in Unley, and they were quite successful, and South Adelaide weren't very successful. So telling 10-year-old mates that you followed South Adelaide in the SANFL, you just got laughed at. I didn't really like that. I don't really know why. I was 10 years old, but I wanted to do something about it and change it, even though I wasn't playing footy. And it's funny how it works out. You end up pulling on the blue and white and playing 100 games for the club, and did everything that I could to try and get to the point of being successful as a team. The story since rocking up has been interesting as well. Lucky enough to go to 3 AFL clubs and spend time there over a 15-year journey. And at times it might have been hard to make the decision to leave the football club, but for me personally, it was always about being the best person that I could be and challenging myself to get the most out of my football career and journey. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without the coaches that I've had along the way, the staff that have been here along the way, Neil, who was football manager, CEO, Jared, and Brent, especially in the last 2 years, that have allowed me to be able to fly in and fly out from Victoria and Melbourne every single week to play. And we only missed one game, and that was through COVID, and we couldn't really do anything about that. All the support staff, we go back 3 other coaches as well. Clay Sampson to start with, Ron Fuller, Brad Gotch, Buddha Hocking, all the assistants. I won't name all of them because there's too many. And certainly all the support staff that have been around that go unrewarded with a lot of things that you do, really don't get the recognition that you deserve. So thank you to you, thank you to all the staff that have been here along the way. And I think if there's one thing that I can share with you guys about what to take out of my journey is that you never know what's going to happen, but if you put in the work, you can sit back in 20 years time and go, I gave it everything I could and I got so much out of it. Football clubs can be amazing places if you do that. Ultimately, the more people you have doing that leads to success as a team, but also as an individual. So I'll always be connected to South Adelaide, and I'll always be here or watching from afar or in person, and I look forward to hopefully one day, sooner rather than later, that we can end a long drought. Thank you.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of takeaways, as young individuals, young men in this room, of what a journey can look like, and depending on what age you start at as well. But Keegan's journey has been a very fruitful one and a long one, and one that's been very committed to the football club. like I said, over 100 games in, I guess, like 3 different stints. Went to the Gold Coast and then come back when my first year was as coach and made finals, and then went to West Coast in the new supplementary listings, which was really pleasing to me as a first year coach. Come back again, went back to Hawthorn, and obviously he's come back again. So dual Nucky Cup winner, obviously team of the year from the Sanford many a time, and is obviously still progressing with his.
Forgetting one of the most important things is dual most improved. Not many people do it.
Yes. And obviously still working with Hawthorn now within their AFL and AFLW team. So, mate, from coaching perspective, mates perspective, and everyone within the football club, thank you for your commitment and time and effort you put into this club. So, good on, mate.